Stephanie White stood before the cameras and announced that Caitlin Clark would be on a 20 to 25-minute restriction against the Las Vegas Aces with Aya Wilson back in the lineup. She presented it as a smart, responsible coaching decision, but many fans saw it very differently. After everything that has happened this season, the explanation raised more questions than answers. Welcome back to Rim Run. Today we're breaking down Stephanie White's comments because the numbers don't match, the logic doesn't hold up, and the growing pattern of managing Caitlin Clark has become impossible to ignore. The Fever are about to face one of the toughest teams in the WNBA, yet instead of giving their biggest star every opportunity to impact the game, the coaching staff plans to limit her to just 20 to 25 minutes. Think about that. You're going into one of your biggest games against one of the league's strongest opponents, and you're choosing to limit your best player. Even more frustrating, we've already seen how these minute restrictions work in reality. Against the Los Angeles Sparks, Clark was reportedly expected to play around 20 minutes, yet she finished with only 15. That's why many fans are skeptical now. If 20 minutes became 15 before, why should anyone believe 25 will actually be 25 this time? During the press conference, Stephanie White explained that part of the strategy was saving Clark's minutes for the second half and the fourth quarter. She talked about rhythm, endurance, preventing stiffness, and making sure Clark's back didn't tighten up after long stretches on the bench. On the surface, it sounded reasonable, but critics argue that constantly pulling a player in and out of the game makes it nearly impossible to develop any rhythm. Every time Clark starts getting comfortable, she's taken off the floor. Every time she returns, she has to adjust all over again. Against an experienced team like Las Vegas, those interruptions could be costly. Another moment that caught attention was White's explanation of the minute increase. She described it as roughly 10 more minutes than before, even though the announced restriction only increased from 20 to 25 minutes. Fans quickly pointed out the inconsistency. If the previous limit was 20 and the new limit is 25, that's only a 5-minute difference. Others responded that Clark only played 15 minutes in the previous game, making the actual increase 10 minutes compared to her real playing time. Either way, the messaging created confusion instead of clarity. White also said there are times when coaches have to save a player from themselves, suggesting that Clark's competitive nature sometimes needs to be managed. Supporters of the coaching staff view that as responsible leadership, especially after an injury. Critics see it differently, arguing that Clark's competitive drive is exactly what makes her special and that constantly restricting her prevents her from playing at her highest level. The debate has become one of the biggest talking points surrounding the Indiana Fever. Some fans believe the organization is simply protecting its franchise player during a long season. Others believe the repeated minute restrictions are holding back one of the league's most exciting talents. Whatever side you take, one thing is clear: all eyes will be on Stephanie White's rotation decisions against the Aces. If Clark is limited again and the Fever struggle offensively, questions about the coaching strategy will only become louder. If the plan works and Indiana wins, supporters will point to patience and player management as the right approach. The outcome of this game will likely shape the conversation moving forward. Now it's your turn. Do you believe Stephanie White is making the right decision by carefully managing Caitlin Clark's workload, or do you think the restrictions are preventing the Fever from getting the most out of their biggest star? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Rim Run, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest WNBA coverage. We'll be back immediately after the game with a full analysis of Clark's minutes, the coaching decisions, and whether the game matched everything that was promised before tip-off.